A globally recognized and one of the most used online streaming platforms, Netflix is now growing its net worth with each passing day. And to keep growing, Netflix has started investing in movies and TV series itself.
Nobody in this country who didn't know who Jimmy Hoffa was.
Netflix, no doubt, comes up with all-time unique and very interesting building storylines, which we all eagerly await. Hello, and welcome to our channel. Today, we will talk about Netflix's top 5 highest budget movies so far. We will give you the best inside information on Netflix's high-budgeted projects and casting of renowned celebrities. So, without further ado, let's get into the video, starting from the bottom. Out of previously premiered Netflix movies, Outlaw King takes 5th place in our category, with its budget being $120 million and 121 minutes of running time. The movie premiered in September 2018. With the budget immense, directors and producers surely did manage to get their hands on a star-studded cast. Chris Pine and Florence Pugh,
And whatever course you are charting,
were seen as the main leading characters in the movie, which made the movie 10 times better. The film had its world premiere at the Toronto International Film Festival and also was played in cinemas in and out of the United States. The movie turned out to get only 62% approval and 6 out of 10 ratings on Rotten Tomatoes, which was utterly shocking for the people who had high hopes. The website's critical consensus reads, "Muddy and bloody to a fault, Outlaw King doesn't skimp on the medieval battle scenes, but tends to lose track of the fact-based legend at the heart of its story." What disappointed the audience the most was the story, which they claimed was not well connected with the past. The storyline followed a true David versus Goliath story of how the 14th century Scottish outlaw king, Robert the Bruce, used cunning and bravery to defeat the much larger and better equipped occupying English army. The storyline, undoubtedly, was spontaneous, but the directors could not weave it well. Moving on to Netflix's 4th most high-budgeted movie, we have an action blockbuster called Six Underground on our plate. The movie was released in 2019, with 128 minutes of running time.
Oh! Was that a bad guy?
The movie had a very splashing budget all along, with Michael Bay being its director. The plot of the movie was based on an American comedy. When there is comedy, Ryan Reynolds is the first to pop in mind, because, let's just admit the fact that no one can play a sarcastically funny role other than Ryan Reynolds.
You see that? Yes. You see that?
The plot of the story follows 6 individuals from all around the globe. Each, the very best at what they do, have been chosen, not only for their skill, but for a unique desire to delete their pasts to change the future. Despite the $150 million high budget, the director did not grab renowned stars other than Ryan Reynolds. Despite the movie being Netflix's one of the most expensive projects, the movie turned out to be full of disappointment. It had very mixed reviews, mostly praising Ryan Reynolds and criticizing its direction and length. It had a 6.1 rating on IMDb and 36% approval on Rotten Tomatoes, with the majority of reviews being negative. The film premiered at the Shed Arts Center in New York City in December 2019 and was released digitally to Netflix and in limited theaters in December 2019. In January 2020, Netflix announced that the film had been viewed by over 83 million viewers on its service within its first month of release. However, on Rotten Tomatoes, the website's critical consensus reads, "Six Underground is loud, frenetic and finally preposterous," which is either bad news or a hearty recommendation, depending on how one feels about the movies of Michael Bay. With $160 million funding, The Irishman movie has made it to number 3 on the charts.
History.
Yes, I would.
Big business and the government are working.
It is the 3rd most expensive original movie on Netflix. The film was released in the year 2019, with 209 minutes of running time. The Irishman is based on a 2004 nonfiction novel named I Heard You Paint Houses by Charles Brandt. The crime drama film is directed and produced by Martin Scorsese. Martin has gathered a great cast from old Hollywood. Robert De Niro, Al Pacino and Bobby Cannavale make the perfect trio in this film. In May 2016, Mexican production company Fabrica Design had offered $100 million to finance the film, and through that deal, Paramount Pictures would retain domestic rights. By February 2017, Paramount Pictures had dropped domestic distribution rights for The Irishman, following the announcement that Fabrica Design would not be financing the film due to its climbing budget. Netflix then bought the film rights for $105 million and agreed to finance the film's $125 million budget, with a projected release date of October 2019. Martin, director, mentioned in an interview that this movie was under development phase since 2007. New plot materials and rewrites caused the movie to lose its place in the film release calendar, and Martin went on to direct new projects. Coming back to the original plot of the movie, the story follows a hitman named Frank Sheeran, who looks back at the secrets he kept as a loyal member of the Buford crime family. With amazing cinematography, the film has grabbed 95% Rotten Tomatoes and 7.8 out of 10 ratings on IMDb. The film was genuinely appreciated by the audience, with the majority of reviews on Rotten Tomatoes being positive. The website's critics' consensus reads, "An epic gangster drama that turns its extended runtime. The Irishman finds Martin Scorsese revisiting familiar themes to poignant, funny, and profound effect." The Irishman was watched by 17.1 million people in its first 5 days of digital release in the United States, including 3.9 million on its debut day. Coming second on the chart, we have Red Notice. Being Netflix's original and most expensive project, Red Notice had a huge budget of $200 million. The film was officially out in 2021, with 118 minutes of running time.
I just want the egg.
What made this movie go viral was its eye-catching star-studded cast, starring Dwayne Johnson, Gal Gadot, and Ryan Reynolds. The trio's screen performance blew everyone's mind. Rawson Marshall Thurber indeed understood the assignment while directing the film and came up with an amazing cinematography. The action comedy film follows the story of an Interpol agent who successfully tracks down the world's most wanted art thief with help from a rival thief. But nothing is as it seems, as a series of double crosses ensue. Johnson, Reynolds, and Gadot were each paid $20 million to star in the film, while Thurber was paid $10 million to write and direct. After working on the film, Gadot became the third highest paid actress in the world in 2020. At a budget of $200 million, Red Notice remains the most expensive original film to this date. The film became the most viewed film on Netflix during release day. According to Samba TV, the film was watched by 4.2 million households in the United States, and the views did not stop. The film premiered and gained uncountable views in neighboring countries as well. Despite being Netflix's top most expensive film, Red Notice gained 36% on Rotten Tomatoes, with an average rating of 4.8 of 10. The website's critics' consensus reads, "Red Notice's big budget and a list cast add up to a slickly competent action comedy whose gaudy ingredients only
It feels weird in my mouth.
make the middling results more disappointing." Subsequently to Red Notice, The Gray Man tops Netflix's original movies, with its outclassed budget of $200+ million. The upcoming film will premiere in July 2022. With trailers seen so far, we spotted Ryan Gosling, Chris Evans,
What gave it away? The trash stash. It leans low.
and a few other less famous celebrities in the action thriller. With Ryan's adorable smile and Chris Evans' sexiness, the movie is definitely going to be a blockbuster and a super hit. With that being said, the film is being hyped on social media, and actors in the film cannot stop promoting the project on their social handles. Everyone is anticipating the upcoming movie. The film is said to be directed by Anthony and Joe Russo. The plot of the movie will follow the tale of Asia's most skilled operative, whose true identity is known to none. He accidentally uncovers dark agency secrets. A psychopathic former colleague puts a bounty on his head, setting off a global manhunt by international assassins. The project was first set up at New Regency, with James Gray set to direct a screenplay written by Adam Cozad in January 2011. Brad Pitt was initially cast to star, but by October 2015, he and Gray were no longer involved with the film. Charlize Theron entered talks to star in a gender-swapped version of the film at Sony Pictures, with Anthony and Joe Russo writing the screenplay. Furthermore, The Gray Man is set for a limited theatrical release on July 15, 2022, followed by its release on Netflix on July 22nd. For all we know now is that the Netflix original website has given us the sneak peek of their action thriller, and the cinematography looks spot on already.